Hello and welcome to me and my cat. And my cat just left. Coco. This is a video absolutely nobody asked for, but I don't know. I like Arcane. Arcane is good. It's very good. So I figured I'd open the camera and shoot the shit and talk about it. And specifically talk about why I like it. And I have some bullet points here because I can't put a coherent thought in my brain. This is your one and only spoiler alert. I don't plan on spoiling anything, but I will not hold back. So if you've not seen it, what the fuck are you doing here? Go watch it. I want to talk about Silco and Vander because I like how these the two characters are portrayed, and I like how their messages are portrayed. Specifically, Silco, he's a more fleshed out character than Vander, in my opinion. Not a more fleshed out character, but his thought process on what he's doing in the show is more fleshed out than Vander's thought process. But come to think of it, Vander's thought process is not that deep. So I think that's why it's not fleshed out. Whatever. Vander and Silco are best friends who share the same vision for Zon, which is the underground, because they want to make it better. They want to make life better for the people who live there. So they have a plan to basically make it a nation. But something happens. I don't know what it is exactly, or I don't remember, to be honest. But I think something like war happened or something like that. Silco does something and Vander reacts by trying to kill him. And he popped one eye out. He popped an eye out. He popped Silco's eye out, not his own. But Silco is not dead. Vander did not kill him. And Vander in the future realized that what he did is bad, and he's a different person now, and he wants to apologize to Silco, but Silco has changed and became a cynical and bitter person because of what Vander had done to him, and he built this idea of the nation of Zon on his hatred for Vander and what he did to him in the past, and that led him to justify anything that he does. That's why I say he's more fleshed out, because there's reason behind his actions, there's a reason behind his plans and what he's doing. I like it when evil people have a reason. Maybe I'm an evil person. Maybe I should. Maybe I know water. I need to drink water. And this contrast between Vander and Silco is replicated in Vi and Jinx, in my opinion, because at the end of episode 1 in season 1, when Jinx is trying to save Vander on her own, and she kills everybody, you see the story being told from two different perspectives. The perspective of Jinx and the perspective of Vi. Jinx sees it in a more childish way. She was trying to help Vander. She failed, but she was trying to help Vander. Her intention was not evil. But she killed everybody. And when she killed everybody, Vi basically disowned her. And she's a kid, so that traumatizes kids. And she's left helpless, not knowing what to do and having nobody to turn to. And that's where Silco emerges. Now, in this exact scene, you think that Silco is just manipulating her, but forward in the story, you will know that Silco has actually grown fond of her, and she's like a daughter to him. And that's where the weird shit comes, because he killed her father. And the other side of the story is Vi. Vi, after disowning Jinx and leaving her helpless and turning to Silco, realizes what she's done. And she rushes to get Jinx, help Jinx, but she... Vi realizes what she's done and she rushes to help Jinx, but she's interrupted by someone, I don't remember who, and she does not help her. So now we know that Jinx thinks that Vi left her alone, and we know that Vi did not leave her alone. She tried, but she failed. She couldn't reach her. Fast forward in the future, you now see Jinx as a grown person and Vi as a grown person. Jinx has lived her whole life with Silco, and having him as a father figure made her evil, made her turn out to be like him. While Vi, on the other hand, we see her taking out her anger on everything else in the world. And yeah, that's what I like about those the comparison between those two aspects, Vanner and Silco, Jinx and Vi, and how they're connected. Now there are two more characters that I want to talk about: Echo and Jinx. Again, there's not just one more character, not two. Echo had a crush on her, plain and simple. So for him to see her turn into this evil person broke him, made him lose hope in her, or in redemption for Jinx, or her becoming a good person again. That's why in season 2, I like the episode 7, where they show you what could have been if nothing of this shit happened, and if Vander was still alive, and him and Silco forgave each other and became friends again, and no one died, and they all lived happily ever after, and Echo and Jinx are dating. I like this episode because it shows it teaches Echo that there is still hope in all people. And he needed that in that moment. Another thing I liked in season 2 is the usage of more artistic elements. In season 1, there were a lot of artistic elements, but in season 2, that's not the case. I mean, it is still the case, but there's more to it. There's layers. There's artistic layers. Taking episode 8 as an example. I don't remember if it was 8 or 9. The episode where Echo and Jinx are dancing. There's two subtle things in this episode that I absolutely love. In the beginning, when I first watched the episode, I noticed that this scene, being slower than the rest of the show, was meant to tell you that Echo wants this moment to go on forever, and he doesn't want it to end. But then I learned from a friend of mine that the frame kept changing every 4 seconds. And Echo's time machine goes back 4 seconds. And I like that. I like subtle stuff like that. I'm a sucker for stuff like this. Thankfully, I'm not on social media. I'm on social media, like hovering on social media, but I don't have like accounts that go into discussions and shit like that. But I heard that there are people criticizing the pacing of season 2, which I wanted to talk about. From the perspective of someone who loved season 1, who adored season 1, the pacing was perfect. It was perfect. Whether it was character progression, whether it was relationships between characters, things happening in the story, everything was meticulous. I said it right the first time. Meticulously put in the right place. In season 2, it is still the same, but with one puzzle piece out of place, which is Victor. Victor in season 1 was like this handicapped guy, a handicapped scientist who did this to help him move and cure his diseases. And in season 2, he's a god. He's basically a god. That's where the pacing hits a bump on the road. Yeah, I want to say that this part was supposed to be more fleshed out, but I don't think so as well. I don't know what they should have done here. It's perfect in my opinion, but it's still out of place. I don't know how. If they've fleshed it out more, or if they like put one more episode where they, I don't know, put it with fillers, make it like a filler episode, that wouldn't be good. I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. I think they did the best they could have done in this scenario, or whatever. Thank you for listening to me ramble about Arcane. Arcane good. Why Arcane good. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
残り